You don't use Chrome?
That's great timing because we're live.
Hooray!
Oh yeah, I should get the chat up. I don't even have that up.
Wow.
We're all professional today.
Professional, indeed.
Right after Game of the Year, we just don't care anymore. That's it. A year of not caring.
Yep. Welcome to the next year of not caring. You shouldn't care that much. There's video games. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Go to our and go to our Patreon.
Yep.
Just give us money, God.
God.
Please just give us money. You pay for such quality content as this entire podcast.
You
Well, they don't really pay for this one.
This is Twitch is acting funky right now, so this is going to be interesting.
Oh, buddy, it's going to be one of those days.
Well, the audio one will sound good.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
as it always does.
As it always sounds great.
Yep. Yeah. We did it, you guys. It's a new year.
It was a new year, like the last two episodes. It was
Game of the Year was last episode. It's a new year.
That was the end of the year.
Yep.
I just stopped.
It's a new video game year.
It's a new video game.
Our new year.
Yeah. Happy New Year, TDP.
What year is it of like what animal? What video game animal is it this year?
Are you being serious or not? Because I think it's the year of the dog.
Okay, but I mean,
year of the dog from Fable.
Yeah, see, I think if we're splitting up the year by Game of the Year podcasts, then you got to have a video game.
Year of the dog
animal.
from Duck Hunt, so it's going to be an asshole of the year.
So is it just like all dogs, all video game dogs, or is it one specific dog that we need to decide on as a collective?
That's a good point.
Missile from Ghost Trick. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Another good choice. I think I'm with Dog from Duck Hunt though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want this year to be an asshole or not.
Well, he's kind of half an asshole, because he makes fun of you when you screw up, but he cheers you on a little bit when you're triumphant, and he helps you by fetching.
He deeply cares.
He fetches the corpses of your enemies. Yeah.
Someone says Year of the Nintendog.
That's a pretty good one, too.
Year of the Carby? Who's Carby? Is that familiar? Is that the Yoshi dog?
No, that's Poochie.
That's Poochie. Year of the Dog Meat? That's a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one.
What's the dog? Oh, maybe it's Dog Meat. What's the one in Metal Gear 5?
D-Dog?
Is Dog Meat? Is it just a dog?
No, he's got a name, but I totally don't remember.
Because Dog Meat is Fallout, right?
Yes.
Oh, they say Carby is Carbuncle from Puyo Puyo. So he must be the scientist dog.
D-Dog.
Yeah.
D-Dog. That's the Metal Gear one. Yeah. Thank you, chat.
I mean, I literally said that, but whatever.
Oh, did you? I just
did.
heard dog, and I
said D-Dog.
Oh, okay.
He's lying. Don't believe him.
John has a point.
I mean, you probably shouldn't believe me.
All right. Well, January 18th.
Yeah.
Let's do a podcast.
Okay.
John's here. Paul's here. I'm here.
Yeah. We're here.
Someone says Year of the Box Boy. That is not a dog.
It's true.
Yep. Year of the Growlithe.
It can be if you believe hard enough.
That's true as well.
I mean, the next one's probably going to be about a pet, right? Because they always like add one more to the family of box people.
Have they confirmed there's going to be another one?
No, I'm just saying if they do.
The last one was literally called Sayonara Box Boy, wasn't it?
Was it? I thought it was like Box Boy.
No, that was the second one. The third one I think is called Goodbye Box Boy.
Oh, I never played
the boy.
That's a pretty good one. Year of the Good Boy. I like that
good
one.
Yep.
Okay. Well. Hey, what has all three of us been playing?
I mean, the one thing we were all playing, I guess, was Dragon Ball FighterZ, the beta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even planning to really play that because I usually don't play like betas or demos. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna get the game anyway. I'll just play it then.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just had like a whole evening to myself, and I was like, might as well download this and try it.
Sure.
And I tried it on the Xbox first,
Yeah.
And I didn't try playing online because I was like, oh, let's go through the tutorial. So I actually had a fine time.
Well, I mean,
And
you already did better because you need to be connected for the tutorials, which PlayStation you couldn't for the first full day it was open.
right, yeah, I didn't know about any of these problems. And then when you started streaming on the PlayStation, I was like, oh, I'll jump on the PlayStation and maybe we can play together. And that's when I learned how bad this beta was.
I really wish you could have just like made a small group and fought with each other. I wish you could have
Or
challenged your
anyone.
friends.
It would have been
Yeah.
nice if you could just fight anyone.
Yeah, it's super annoying too because there's a way to
mean-
bring up the lobby list as well. It's just like just give me that option to challenge them. Come on.
I mean, you had to like disconnect to get the list up, and then that worked. But
Yeah. Some people had more problems than others as well.
I don't know. I got in a couple fights, so I got a bunch in.
John and I sat in a room with no one else for probably the good part of an hour, and it wouldn't connect us together.
I kept connecting with other people. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, like one person would show up, and I would immediately get connected to them.
Weird.
And yeah. Then it slowly started filling up.
That's kind of funny though. That's really good.
The PlayStation one, I didn't get to play a single person at any point.
Yeah, I tried the next day and I played for a couple hours straight.
Yeah, I heard PlayStation got better after that day.
They fixed it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And they actually just yesterday was another day they added on for people, so you could have played yesterday, I believe, as well.
I thought it was still going on today.
Oh, maybe.
I heard they were going to do 24 hours. I didn't know when it was supposed to be, so this
Gotcha.
could still be part of the 24-hour period.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Well, do you guys like it?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It looks so nice.
It looks really good.
Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
I think I might keep the Japanese voices when I'm playing, just because I've been watching Dragon Ball Super subtitled for the past few months, so I'm more used to the Japanese voice actors.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair enough. They're both good. I like that they're both in there too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know about this until afterwards, but all of the like special beginnings or endings, depending on which characters are fighting,
yeah, the like context sensitive ones.
those are incredible. That Frieza Goku one,
Yeah,
the minute
that
I
was
saw
good.
that on Twitter,
Yeah.
I literally pre-ordered it on
the
Amazon.
dramatic finish. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like-
You fool!
And I don't know if you guys saw this other one. If you start a fight Goku against Frieza and you don't have Krillin on your team, Frieza will kill Krillin in the air, which sends Goku into Super Saiyan, and then you start fighting.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I had not seen that one.
That's so good, right? Like,
yeah,
That rules.
especially since like there's other fights where if you do have Krillin as your like starter against him, he's like, please don't kill me again.
yeah, yeah. Or it'll just be like, take it easy on me
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Yeah. And what's great is all of these have only been for the characters that were in that beta.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of other probably ones that they've made that I just can't wait to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, that's what I'm most excited about are those little touches. Those, like, I'm so happy those are in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's so good. It's so good.
I'm gonna say now, and at like Evo or whatever, if this shows up at a tournament, they have to watch all of those endings, all of them. They can't just skip them. That is not allowed, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Otherwise,
I do hate that
disqualification.
if one person skips. Yeah.
Yep, I agree. Also, I wish you could play more than just like 2 wins against somebody.
I get why they do that because it's a beta. They want you to test other connections.
Yeah, I just hope
But
it's
yeah,
not like that.
I agree.
I hope it's not like that for the regular game for casual specifically. Because
That's
for
probably
casual,
only
you're
for
just
ranked.
playing. Yeah. Because with ranked, it makes sense, right? So you don't
this
farm
game on the
somebody who's
26th?
worse. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out in a week.
Yep.
And you're doing PC, Paul? Is that right?
Yeah, it's already pre-ordered, ready to go.
Yeah. I'm doing Xbox. John, are you doing Xbox?
I'm probably doing Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. I'm really excited. Like, I've played all the 2D console Dragon Ball fighters. None of that Tenkaichi bullshit. I don't need any of that in my life.
Okay.
But like the first 3 Budokais are fantastic, and I played Burst Limit as well. So this is my jam.
Sure. It's good. Yeah, it's real good. There's a lot of good fighting games coming out, so I'm
Yeah, it looks
happy.
like the beta is still live till about 10 o'clock our time, if I read that correctly. So there's another hour left.
Damn.
So I have been scrambling to actually get a controller that's working so I can get back on during the podcast.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's why I've been jumping off camera a bunch. Sorry.
Is there any of the characters you guys are leaning towards?
Yeah. I found an appreciation for Krillin just as my
I
kind
hate
of.
Krillin.
No, I love Krillin. His ability to just like throw senzu beans out as a assist is pretty good to keep things going a little bit. But I just like how like shitty it is to play against him because all of his beams bend.
Yeah, that's why I don't like him. When I first started playing, I was like, "This is just the worst."
See, that's why I like him because it's hard to like expect what's going on. You jump thinking that a Kamehameha is coming out, but no, you got hit by his stupid little finger beams. So, yeah, he's fun, but he's not my starter. I wouldn't think he's part of the team though. I believe.
Okay.
I didn't like Piccolo at all. I could not
I didn't
wrap my head
I was kind of
around
bummed
him.
out with Piccolo. He has no like normal key powers, right? He just has the grab.
I'm missing something with him because I feel like I've seen people in some videos be real good with him, and I don't understand how they do some of that stuff. He just feels slow and clunky to me, so it just hasn't clicked.
My problem was just like hit like special beam cannon's great, and I don't know what his level 3 is. I'm gonna assume it's whatever that giant explosion is, like Hellfire Grenade. But like without having just like a regular quick fireball to like mess things up or to like cause a counteract, it just seems a little weird to play as him. Like Vegeta was the one I liked the most out of the few I got to play.
Vegeta's strong, yeah.
Vegeta's fun. I like that his quarter circle forward like is not even like a beam. It's just straight up. He just fires a bunch of tiny fireballs. It's just really good.
Cool. Yep.
Yep.
I need to get better at the when you like block and then you hit like L1 towards them to like teleport behind them. I don't know if everyone can do that, but Goku can.
Oh, right. I guess it would be L1. Yeah, it's medium and heavy. It takes up 1 bar, but it just teleports you behind them.
Yeah.
I need to get better at that because there's a lot of times where I was just getting like kind of pinned against the wall, and it's like I just need to like break this up.
I found that sometimes though it doesn't do it. Like I don't know why it feels finicky to me at a few times where I very clearly hit it and like nothing happened. You know, I wasn't being attacked or anything, so I don't know what's going on.
My problem was I had a bunch of people that were using that rush move, not like the one that turns into a combo and launches you, but the one where if you hit like right trigger, you just fly into someone and attack and just start a combo. I just had fought one guy where like I couldn't do anything. Like even when I blocked the move, like he still got an attack in before I could do anything, and it just was useless.
So you're talking not right bumper, but right trigger.
Yeah, the white flash, not the like dash forward move.
Yeah, well, I mean, the right bumper, it's essentially like a grab, basically.
Yeah, like not the grab one. It was not the one I'm talking about.
Okay, then I actually don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I ever did that because I didn't finish the tutorial.
It's like if you hit the right trigger, you'll like lock onto someone and you'll fly directly at them.
Yeah.
And if you hit them, you get an attack in and you can just start a combo.
It's the way to go like super aggressive, basically.
Which my problem currently is super aggressive players, which has been messing me up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just bad at that game. I'm not planning to get good at that game. I don't have the time. I mainly just kind of want to play through the story mode and just kind of like see the game for the most part. I might just start watching some of it just because it looks so nice.
From what I've seen, I think Cell might be top tier because everybody who played Cell to a decently competent level destroys with him. So that I hope that's a little rectified by one of the characters we haven't seen yet, maybe. But Cell seemed really strong, and I couldn't get him to click that much for me either. I found kind of a love for Beerus at the end of it, just because he's like slow, but everything
I didn't
he
like
does
how slow he was.
fucking hurts. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the problem I had with Beerus, was that anyone who was using him, he was just like, my health meter just drained.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a character it seems like you have to play very not aggressive. You just have to kind of stay back and pick your attacks properly. But he can like blow up the screen when he has like enough bars basically, and it's fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
he is the god of destruction, so.
Yeah, it's also kind of weird that there's a literal god facing these guys, but it's a fighting game. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's from a kids anime show, so
Yeah.
what do you expect?
And I mean, they made an android that's like super fanficky as the villain or whatever. So
Yeah, new character. I forget.
Yeah.
I forget which number she is.
21.
21. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to future Trunks. He's always been my favorite character, so hopefully he's cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Trunks does in that game for sure. Also, I'd like to play with Android 16 as well.
Oh, is 16 in that? I wasn't sure if 16 was there.
Well, he's on the roster list
Okay.
So yeah.
I hope there's a cool part, something with him and like Teen Gohan, because that where like Cell like crushes Android 16's head, and then you start the fight. I would love that, because that was one of my favorite moments.
Right. Also from the chat, Android, she's legal and she can legally drink in the U.S. Very good. Very good.
Wow. Wow.
Very good. I'm gonna use that as a segue, I guess, because it looks like that's the only thing we all have in common, and then I'll just wrap up what I did as well.
Okay.
I played Blaster Master Zero for the first time because it was on sale during AGDQ for like $8.
Nice. Good choice.
That game is real good. It's so good. Yep. Like, I know people were saying it before, but for one thing, when it came out, I didn't have a Switch yet. And then when I got a Switch, there was, like, the reasons I got the Switch, like Odyssey and whatnot. So I've been kind of catching up with some of the stuff that was released earlier in the Switch's life in the store, and Blaster Master Zero. And, what's the... Not Azure Striker, the other one.
Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, Mighty
There's
Gunvolt?
Azure Striker Gunvolt. Oh, you mean the crossover? Yeah, Mighty Gunvolt.
Yeah, and I picked that one up too, which I haven't put that much time into yet. Blaster Master Zero just feels like the perfect modernization of that game. It's good. Like, it's real good. It's hard to describe if you haven't played Blaster Master back in the day. I always forget though that game has it where if you fall from a height that's higher than like you die. And it's super annoying.
Yeah. That one fucking jump in particular. Everyone who's played that game knows what jump I'm thinking of too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few where I stupidly jumped down a ladder because I was impatient, and then I'm like, oh, damn it, I saved all the way back there. But, yeah, that game's super fun, and I look forward to finishing it off. I feel bad that I haven't cared at all about what's going on in the, like, script, in the, like, story and the talking, because I just like how it plays mechanically so much. But, yeah, it seems like anime bullshit. Which, sure. That's kind of all I played, though. I guess I played a round of Dissidia, because that's an open beta.
Oh, yeah, that's the beta started today, didn't it?
No, it was going on last weekend, which is when I played it.
Or, sorry, oh, okay, because I know there was comment that, like, the roster changed for the final open beta or something today?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Apparently it changed a few times. Like, so... It was one thing during the weekend, and then when I played it was Monday, and they had changed that day, and maybe they changed it again. But, yeah, I don't know if I like that game, to be honest. I just don't know if I like the style. It's pretty slow. Titus seems like way overpowered, which I can't get behind because I hate that character. I don't know, man. I don't know about that thing. It's real pretty, though. That intro thing made me super excited to play Final Fantasy, and then I was playing a fighting game that I didn't like very much, so maybe I should just go play Final Fantasy.
Speaking of betas, the chat reminded me the Metal Gear Survive beta starts today. Who's hyped?
Oh my god,
I didn't realize that was going on.
Okay,
Shit.
be right back.
I was joking. I didn't think anyone was hyped for this.
I am.
I'm super curious. I don't know if hype's
that's
the
what
right
it is.
word.
I think curious is the right word. You think there's going to be like a story mode in that? Like they're going to try and continue like what if like Big Boss shows up or something like that? Like, do you think people are like, how sacred do you think Konami thinks of that story where they're just like, no, we can do whatever we want now. These are our characters.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I literally know nothing about it, which is why I'm excited to see it. I need to know.
What if Raiden shows up and he takes off his face and you realize it was Snake the whole time?
That would be so good. That'd be so good. Are you kidding
and then,
me?
And Snake's there and it's like, but who are you? And then Snake takes off his face and he was Raiden the whole time.
Right.
Oh my god.
And then that happens 3 more times.
Yeah.
One for each game.
And every single time he says, I'm like you, I have no name. Every fucking time.
Actually, I would love if, like, each time they put out the next game, they revealed that they're the other person at the beginning, which would then change the context of any previous game. And they just kept doing that for each installment. I would love that.
It'd be pretty good.
It wouldn't even have to be at the beginning of the game. It's just like how Sid is in every Final Fantasy. You just know at some point in this game, Raiden's going to take his face off and he's going to be Snake. And Snake's going to take his face off and he's going to be Raiden. And then it's going to flip the whole script.
Yeah. On the subject of betas, Monster Hunter World Beta is open again on PS4 with the flagship monster as the hunt you can do there now. That's new. If people wanted to try that out. Also, I'm going to just say that I'm planning to get some top-down people together to do, like, a Hunter's Guild when that comes out. So if anybody has that on PS4 and wants to be a part of that, hit up any of the top-down accounts and I'll see it at some point. And I'll add you.
When does that come out?
That comes out the same day as Dragon Ball.
Okay.
The 26th. So the plan is to play Monster Hunter for 24 hours, sleep for a bit, and then play Dragon Ball for 24 hours, and then go back to work.
The rest of my life.
It's going to be a bad weekend. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, no one's forced me to do this.
Oh, they are. They
Okay.
forced their hand. Both Bandai...
Did they? Did
yeah,
they?
both Namco Bandai and Capcom. They forced me to.
Well, maybe the servers won't work again for Dragon Ball, so you'll get your whole Sunday back.
If it makes you feel better, like, the servers are down for maintenance right now, but you can do, like, trial fights. So I'm playing the game right now. It gives you 3 random characters.
Yeah.
So.
I just didn't like how dumb they are, the CPU in those. I wish you could just set the CPU difficulty for that. That would be good. Because they're pretty dumb.
Wait, there was trial fights in the beta?
Yeah.
I only remember the tutorial.
Oh, you never saw the maintenance screen, so that's why you never saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a server. When you try to log in, it says servers are undergoing maintenance. Would you like to do a trial fight while you wait? Basically.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so it throws you 3 random characters and you just play.
I got initializing for quite a while on the PlayStation, but that doesn't let you do anything.
That's true.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, that's all you played, Paul?
That's it.
John, you want to tell us what you've been playing?
Fighters, and that's it.
Fighters. Has anyone determined if it's Fighter or Fighter Z?
I call it Fighter
sure-
Z.
I call it Fighters. I'm
Fighters
sure it's
is
gonna,
funnier.
I just want
I'm
someone
sure they're
come
gonna
out and
have
tell us.
they're gonna have a voice actor say when the game loads up, like, Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, probably.
Why isn't
Something
it
like
Dragon Ball Z Fighter? I don't get it. Like, that one actually makes
Or
sense.
Fighter Z. Why isn't it Fighter Z?
Well, it's definitely
It
not
must
Fighter
be
Z.
Zed. It's got to be Zed now.
There's no. Could you imagine if that was the actual name? Like, they just decided, no, we're going with the English pronunciation.
It'd be good. It'd be really good.
God, so people would just flip their shit.
I mean, I guess John and I had some matches in Street Fighter randomly as well for a bit.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's right. We played Third Strike for a while.
It's not really worth talking about, but that was fun because that game's real good. That animation quality is so good. Yeah, people should buy that game.
All right, well, I've been playing some other stuff.
Okay.
I mentioned this last time, but I started up Ace Attorney 6.
Yep.
6. Spirit of Justice, whichever number's that. I think it's actually 8.
Okay.
Is it 8? Maybe 7. Whatever. I mean, hey, guess what? Those games are still good. And this one's twice as long as every other one, for whatever reason.
Okay.
So there's a lot to this one. So I'm playing on an iOS, and they seem to have put more time into the animation, which is cool. But yeah, it's pretty fun. It seems like in this one they just went hog wild with the like ridiculous names for every character. I'll give you the two characters. I've only played the first trial. I'll give you the two characters from the first trial. You have this one kid, and his job is he's like a tour guide.
Mm-hmm.
His first name is Albie, and his last name is Your Guide.
Oh my god.
Yep. The other guy, he's the head monk of the temple. His first name is Peace Lubbin. Last name Understandin'. So he's Peace Lubbin Understandin'.
Wow.
I'm gonna go back to looking for this beta. You keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. I go back to Dragon Ball FighterZ.
They have leaned fully into it. And yeah, I'm gonna play that.
That's pretty good.
Forever or whatever. Yeah. I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Origins. The game is still super fun.
How far in are you?
I'm level 21-ish, which I don't know how far into that it is because I'm kind of doing every side quest I find. Mm-hmm. Mainly because each quest actually tells you like, hey, this is the recommended level for it. So I'm just kind of collecting all the side quests and then doing the lowest ones, which is new for Assassin's Creed. It also has like daily quests and like weekly quests that they just come down from the server. I don't know if it still has it, but there was a Final Fantasy themed quest where you got a chocobo as a mount.
Okay.
It's pretty silly. I don't know if I still have access to that, but that's pretty silly.
Is that just
which game
like,
was this?
This is Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah, no, sorry, that is a thing. I remember that crossover.
Yep.
And that's just like a limited time you get access to that, or when you have it, you have it.
When you have it, you have it. But I think to get like the quest, I think was a limited thing, and I'm not sure if it ended or not. So
I get you.
But yeah, so I'm enjoying Assassin's Creed quite a bit. It's a pretty good game. It's kind of tiding me over in this lull at the moment.
It sounds like it's been the one that people who got sick of Assassin's Creed have been like, hey, this is actually pretty good. This is a good one.
Yeah, I would agree with that because I definitely kind of got burnt out on Assassin's Creed. So if you're in a similar boat where you just kind of got tired of the same thing over and over again, I would recommend Origins. It's a pretty new thing, and it's gorgeous. Like the deserts and all that. It is a good looking game for sure. Also, it has loot, which is just kind of fun. You can pick which weapon you fight with and stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. That's weird to me, but sure, okay.
Also, fighting hippos is very difficult, and they'll just like come out of the water at you, man. Like sometimes I'm trying to just get over to this island, and I ran through a field of hippos, and hippos are no joke.
Yeah, just like in Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, where they get into the game and one of them dies immediately from a hippo.
Spoilers.
Well, I mean, it's in the trailer.
Did you go see Jumanji 2?
I saw Jumanji 2. It's okay. It's as dumb as the first one. You can't take that seriously.
Yeah, I'm not saying take Jumanji seriously. I will say the first Jumanji is a good movie.
You totally are.
Yeah.
Robin Williams? That's a good movie.
I think the problem with this one is that it doesn't have, what I would call a high-quality actor doing stuff in it. But it has dumb actors doing dumb shit.
Jack Black. What are you saying about Jack Black?
Yo, Jack Black. I've never seen an overweight older gentleman play a 16-year-old hot girl so well. Holy shit. You actually kind of forget he's Jack Black in some points, and it's scary. It's weird.
I mean, I saw Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. That guy can act.
You're right. I mean, that's been his job, so...
Yep. I actually kind of do want to see that. My girlfriend does too, but she hasn't seen the first one. Who hasn't seen Jumanji 1?
That's kind of a sin.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Anyway, go out, watch Jumanji.
Mm-hmm.
Report back.
Yeah.
Last game I've been playing, I played this a while ago on my flight back down here. It's called Atomik Run Gun Jump Gun.
Yeah, this came out, I think, a year or two ago, I think.
It's kind of an old game, yeah.
It's good.
I have it on my phone. It is very cool. So it basically plays like Jetpack Joyride.
Yeah.
Where you kind of you have a jetpack and you're trying to stay up and tap yourself to go higher up with your jetpack, and you're dodging buzzsaws and whatnot. But I think what's the best part about it, the music's cool, but the aesthetic is real cool. It's like this like grimy 8-bit distortion thing while you're like going through these like weird galaxy planets and whatnot, and you're talking to different aliens and whatnot, or people that are like all blurred out and hackers and shit. So it's just kind of like a cool like cyberpunk aesthetic.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is the best part of it. It's fun. The gameplay is just like pretty simple. Collect the glowing things as you essentially play Flappy Bird through the level. The levels are short. There's a lot of them though, which is kind of nice. But I think it's like it just sets up a cool like atmosphere is what I'm really digging.
It's also coming out on Switch if it sounds interesting to anybody. So you can wait for that to come out. I'm probably going to pick it up again.
I hope that game's cheap because I got it for $1 on my phone. It was on sale, but I think normally it's like $3.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. There's been like cheap-ish games on there, so. You played one more thing that I want to talk to you a little bit about. Did you finish Doki Doki?
Well, that's right. I was going to write that down. I forgot about it. Yes, I finished Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't think I had as big of a reaction as you did. You seemed like head over heels for this game.
It's real good.
I think maybe the hype was a bit high from what I was hearing. So it just kind of colored how I feel. I do like that game though. I like where it goes. How meta it is and whatnot. I like it's a weird ass game.
I'm talking. So it doesn't sound like you saw the stuff I'm talking about, where where people like if you change certain actual game files, they're actually little breadcrumbs to something else.
Yeah, I mean, I did see all this, and I even like listened to a bit of your podcast.
Yeah.
And then I went on like the subreddit to like find like the whole.
That subreddit's a mess, but yes.
Yeah, and what was really helpful is that like there was a link to like their wiki, which like broke up every chapter of it and like what you can find and what it points to. So I read all of it.
That document is real good. That dude put together. Yeah, for sure.
Which good on those people. And it sounds like everything's been found, which I guess is kind of a bummer. It'd be nice if there was more of a mystery, but it is I mean, essentially
that's
a
the
demo.
same thing that happened with Undertale, basically.
True. And this did come out months ago. It's not that new.
But you know what I find like just was more fun is when like Fez came out and like apparently we still haven't found everything or whatever. I just remember him constantly being like, "Nope, you haven't found all the secrets." Like that's cool, in my opinion, as opposed to just like brute forcing everything. Anyway, Doki Doki Literature Club. I enjoyed it. It was good, a good time.
That's a good free thing.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty lengthy, like maybe 4 hours almost.
That might be the only thing I have against it is that it takes a while to get to the stuff.
You definitely do have to play like just an actual dating sim for a bit,
but like kind of a bad one because it's kind of boring.
I mean, it's pretty like shallow.
Yeah, it's super shallow.
But again, it's free. Like, what can you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
And the guy was just a Smash Bros modder. Like that's kind of a huge jump.
Yep.
So that was kind of cool to learn too.
I think he did some somebody was saying he did some Mario Maker levels as well.
Everyone's done Mario Maker levels.
I was about to say, hasn't everyone made Mario Maker levels?
I don't think I have released one anyway.
Okay, well you should. I'm not plugging my Wii U in.
Yeah, let me get right on that.
I think I maybe released 2. I think.
I remember them. One of them was the Goomba one.
The Goomba one. Oh yeah, that where they're chasing you. I spent a long time on that.
But like you can't jump because you're just stuck in the single tunnel essentially.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was a very creative and well put together level. Thank you, Paul.
No problem.
John, how many Mario Maker levels did you release?
3.
3. Well, you win, I guess.
I did it. Hooray.
Yeah. Okay. The only other thing I've been playing is Dream Daddy, but I'm not going to talk about it on this show.
Yeah, we're going to do that on our special top secret podcast.
Yeah.
Super top secret.
Super top secret.
No one knows about it. You'll have to.
No listeners allowed.
But I have started that. I have started that, and
We do that podcast every time we turn off the stream for Countdown. It's boring, trust me. You're not missing out. Secret podcast is less exciting.
It's a lot of just like, hang on, I need to go to the bathroom now because
Yeah.
it's been 2 hours.
And then like divulging personal info because we know each other, and then going offline. So
Yep. I'm super hungry. Bye, guys.
yeah, exactly, personal info.
Yep. Okay, let's talk about news because we have about 2 weeks of it to go through.
Yeah.
As we didn't do anything last week, obviously.
And a big thing happened that day. So for me,
That
anyway.
day?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'll start it off. The mini direct happened.
Oh, was that day?
When we recorded,
I
yeah.
don't remember which day it was. Yeah, the Nintendo Mini Direct, which I think surprised the whole internet. Like, I don't think anyone knew there was a direct.
No, a lot of people knew something was coming.
A lot of people.
Nintendo
I
had
got
been
that.
teasing it for actually a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I totally understand because
We
the whole
even
internet was like screaming for a direct. That was a joke.
And we even said on this podcast that Dark Souls was probably going to be announced on January 11th, like in December, from that rumor in the news. So there you go.
Oh, really? I don't remember this at all, but
Yeah.
we'll take your word for it. Okay, yeah. So it's been about 2 weeks since I saw this direct. So, like, what do you remember? Let's see what's on this website.
I remember everything. So The World Ends With You is the big one that they started with.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that game again. It's about time I play that again. Been a while.
I'm gonna pass. I played that on my DS. I'm good.
Like 10 years ago, though.
It was literally 10 years ago, which is a surprise. I'm kind of curious the controls because they said touchscreen or usual controls, but that game was all about both.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if it's both again because the Switch does have a touchscreen, but I kind of just don't want to use it as a touchscreen. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's just something
Yeah.
about like I don't feel like risking this screen or like I don't know what. I don't know. I use my iPad and that's a bigger and better screen, but my Switch for some reason I don't want to touch it. I don't want it to be a touchscreen. It's kind of a weird thing.
I'm excited for it.
New epilogue chapter, they said.
Yep.
Is it still gonna have that
Tin Pin Slammer.
tin pins? Yeah. What was the what's the phone game that's basically the same thing that's huge in Japan? Monster Strike? That's basically the same game, right?
Something like that.
I believe so. Where you just kind of like shitty pogs.
Yeah, I do wonder how that's going to work with buttons because I believe that was all touchscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll control like the chain chomps do in Mario Odyssey.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yep. I don't know. Maybe you have to waggle the Joy-Cons.
Ugh. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, people. That's a cool game to like bring back for sure.
And there's a whole generation of people that like can play that for the first time now.
Yeah, I'm so tired of that excuse for ports. As
Why?
someone who,
Just because it exists doesn't mean you have to buy it.
and I don't plan
How
to.
is that even an excuse? Are you
I'm
kidding
just saying,
me?
it's like, stop giving me Wii U ports. Make something new. I got a Wii U. I got a Wii U on launch day, Nintendo. What do you want from me? I'm not buying your game
You're
twice.
one of the few.
You don't have to. That's the point.
I'm not going to.
Exactly.
Someone else is going to, though.
And get off my lawn
Okay.
while I'm at it.
That I can do.
Um.
It's a nice lawn.
Yeah, no,
It's
keep
very
that
beautiful.
stuff trimmed. That's a cool game to bring back. $60 again. If you haven't played it, I guess that's fine. For me, it's just like, all right, whatever. But
Yeah.
hey, that's a cool game. If you haven't played it, you definitely should play it. That's one of my favorite DS games. I'll say that.
Yep. It's really good. New Pokemon for Pokken coming out. Starting
I know.
with Aegis Slash is the first one releasing this month, I believe.
Okay, right. He's like a sword.
The sword and shield combo thing, yeah.
I don't remember. What was the other one? Do you know?
The other one's Blastoise in March, I think.
Oh, that's right. Blastoise. Okay. All
Is
right.
it March or May?
I
it's
thought
later.
it was February.
Is this coming to the
it's-
Wii U version? I have that one.
I don't actually know that answer. Probably not.
Yeah. Probably not. Well, why would they should? Like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know.
All I have to do is make it look kind of like a little bit shittier, which they already do on handheld mode, so they don't even have to make it look a bit shittier. It's already ready to go.
And they have support Pokemon as well coming out with them, and I can't remember. One of them's Mimikyu. I think that comes out with the Aegislash one.
Mimikyu, Mega Rayquaza.
That's right.
Those are the only two I remember.
Yep. So, more content for you.
New Kirby game, which they did not spend enough time talking about.
I agree with that. I'm excited.
Kirby Star Allies.
Yep.
I think that game's also a solid $60, so I'm hoping it's like a pretty lengthy Kirby game.
Yes.
What
did they
talk
show
about
there?
Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about you as soon as I saw that.
Yeah. So that game is still on its way.
Yep. The Ultimate Edition. The true definitive edition.
That's true. Isn't this the third edition? Because they already made like a collector's edition on the 3DS that ran poorly.
Right.
Yeah, Sean, this is like the one time I'm on your side. Like, we don't need a third one of
Like you're
these.
tired of Hyrule Warriors?
Hyrule Warriors is good, but I don't need a third one.
Okay.
No.
So you're not buying the third one?
I'm going to buy it.
What? What are you doing? Why?
Because if he said anything else, you wouldn't have had that reaction.
Exactly, yeah.
Are you actually buying it?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. All right, good. Jesus. Like,
I gave you a heart attack on that one.
well, it was just like, what do you, like, come on, man. Help us out. Stop buying these games.
Help us out.
If you stop buying Dynasty Warriors games, they'll stop making them.
I don't want them to stop making Dynasty Warrior games, though. I want them to stop making Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
I also want to stop making Hyrule Warriors. But then they're just going to make like 9,000 Fire Emblem Warriors.
Probably at least.
No, I don't know. I heard Fire
least.
Warriors did not do as well as they hoped, so I don't know.
Okay.
That's
I
because
don't know if
everybody
that's
spent all their
That might-
money on
that
free
might also-
versions of this.
I was gonna say that might explain why we're getting another Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
Like Hyrule Warriors was a really good version of Dynasty Warriors, but like
But it was still Dynasty Warriors.
I already put like I don't know how many hours into the Wii U one, and I don't know if I want to go through that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis Aces. This is a big one.
I'm pretty excited for this,
Has
actually.
a single player mode again. People seemed excited about that.
Thank God.
Yep.
I'm just not a huge Mario sports guy, but I know people do like those games, and I hear good things.
Yep.
I guess the 8th Ease game is
This
coming
I'm
to the
excited
Switch.
for. Yeah.
I'm
stoked
surprised
about
because this is already out on what PS4 and PC.
Lacrimosa of Dana. So
Yeah,
Yep.
it's always a pain to say the name of those games.
Yeah,
Not
that
gonna
gets
lie.
me excited.
it is for sure. Yeah, I'm excited. It looks good. That's
Okay.
cool.
This is weird. Super Mario Odyssey is getting some DLC
Yep.
called like Luigi's Balloon Party or something. And
Yes.
what happens is it's like an asynchronous multiplayer. You have like 30 seconds to place a balloon somewhere in the stage, and then someone else has 30 seconds to find it.
Yep.
Are you guys excited about this?
Did they say if there's gonna be anything like it unlocks by doing it, or like there's like a
I think they
ranking
said there's going to be
system
new costumes in there, which
They
I'm
said-
honestly more excited about those.
They said there's new costumes, but is that an unlock or is this just like a thing you can do? I think this is just a thing you can do.
It's a thing you can do, and it's free. It's a free update.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
fine.
for free, I might just mess around with it like once or twice, but it's not gonna be like the thing that makes me go back to the game, basically.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even know. Like, if I'd have to give it a try. Right now, it doesn't sound that interesting, and
Yeah.
I don't like those Koopa races. So doing things real fast in Mario is just not what I'm interested in.
I kind of like those Koopa races. They're
Okay. And the fact that there's 2 on every stage. Ugh,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
that stupid gold Koopa. It's just too fast.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
The next one is the one I feel is not getting enough talk. So
Face Off in the SNK the Heroines game.
SNK Heroines. Yep. I'm super stoked about this.
That's all the girls.
Yes.
This game, is it creepy? That's
No.
what I'm wondering. No?
Why would it
No?
be?
I don't know.
This isn't the first time they've done an all-female fighting game. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
although the
Also-
last one was on like the Neo Geo Pocket. So,
Also, from what I've seen, it looks like the Americanized version is like standard. It's the Japanese one that has them in bikinis being weird and creepy.
Okay.
So, just saying, from the screenshots I saw, there's a difference in how they're portrayed for sure. I'm excited.
Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle is getting a new area that has Donkey Kong in it.
Yes.
So I'm actually kind of excited about that. I'll play a new area with that. Looks like Donkey Kong fights with a banana boomerang or something.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't actually watch the video for this, but yeah, like he's completely new playable character, which is interesting. Does that mean there's going to be like also? Well, they can't really do that now. I was going to say, because are they going to add a rabbit Donkey Kong? But they kind of did in the game.
They didn't say Rabbid Donkey Kong. I assumed if they were doing that, they would have shown it because of Rabbid. Because they want to show off a Rabbid. I don't know. I'm just more interested in Donkey Kong.
Sure.
So, Payday 2 is coming to the Switch. Didn't we already know that?
Yes.
What is the update here? Payday 2 character premiering on Nintendo Switch. Is it getting like an
Joy.
exclusive?
Yeah, a new character.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of excited for the local play thing. I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's probably the only reason I'd pick it up would be just to have a bunch of people and just locally and play it.
Just play it like with one Joy-Con each.
Yep.
No, like we all have Switches. That would be awful. Oh my god, that'd be the worst. They better not actually support that. I'll be pissed.
I'll be pissed if they
just-
don't at least support
What are you saying? You want to
two-player.
play like some split screen,
Yeah.
4-player action on one Switch. Each of you get a Joy-Con.
Oh,
I mean, you can
That's the
do it with
worst.
Resident Evil Revelations too. Why not?
oh, that's the worst.
No one's forcing you to play it like that, right? So
Everybody.
No,
is.
but
if
still.
you put it in there, that's funny.
No, if they put it in there, I will be forcing him to play it that way with me.
That'd be just kind of like a fun, like extra challenge. Like, hey, want to play me in Payday? But we have to both be handicapped with this dumb controller, with this dumb tiny controller. What if you also had to like clip it into the Mario Kart 8 wheel, the tiny one? Like it's just
Oh
there.
my god,
you just have to hold that.
that's pretty good. I like it.
This is the one I was most excited for. Was Celeste,
Yep.
and then
Me too.
Fee or Fe, however you pronounce it. It's probably Fee. I think Celeste looks real cool. I didn't know
Me
it was
too.
a sequel to a free online game on itch.io that you can play right now, which I checked out a little bit. It's real hard.
What is the
but
game?
Celeste.
It's the
Oh,
one
no,
done
what
by.
is the sequel?
This is a sequel to Celeste Classic, which is on itch.io.
Okay.
And that game's free. You can just play that in your browser, actually, which is how I checked it out. So I thought Celeste looked real cool.
Yep.
You can wall jump. You can kind of air dash. It's like a platformer.
Yep.
So I'm
Looks
excited for
good.
that. That comes out on the 25th. I don't know about Fee. Fee looks cool. I think it's on other consoles at the moment. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, that's one I didn't really think looked great. I don't know.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you can be wrong. That's fine. Nothing
You
wrong
think
with that.
Fae or whatever looks good?
I
kinda
don't know
looks-
much about Faye. I'm
That's
talking
the one
about
I'm talking about.
Celeste.
Celeste looks good.
Oh.
Fae looks like whatever.
Okay, yeah, I don't know much about Fee. It's probably Fee.
Is it?
And just Fe is not a great name.
Is it made by a Japanese company or an English company?
I
don't-
think it's EA published, so it's probably an American company.
Okay, it probably is Fee then.
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is getting a Switch port.
Yep.
You know that Wii U game?
Yeah, that I
Yep.
never bought, so this is
the
great
one-
for me. So shut the fuck
This is the one I
up.
was actually excited for getting a port for. Because
Yep.
I want a handheld version of that. Just like the Donkey Kong Country Returns for 3DS.
Funky mode looks dumb though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that
that's
looks
the
dumb.
bonus. Is you can play as Funky Kong, and I guess he can just like
Win.
stand on spikes with his surfboard.
And he can fly.
It kind of looked like he's super easy mode, basically.
kind of, yeah.
He's just their chill way of getting through that game.
Which that's what you were looking for, was just like a real easy way to play through that game, right?
Maybe they took the all the complaints about the game being too hard a little too seriously.
I did hear it was kind
I
of.
really like that game. Was good. Those silhouette stages are awesome. Those
Yeah.
are always such a treat.
Yeah.
So that's coming. And the last one was Dark Souls.
Remastered.
It's coming to the Switch.
Yep. Also coming to other stuff as well. Just as a heads up, PS4, PC. But yeah, there you go.
Actually, just going back to Donkey Kong for a real sec. Where's Lanky Kong at? That guy knows how to party.
Him and his trombone.
Yeah, his trombone, when he jumps in the air and he like swings his arm in the circle so he can go a bit further, that's great. His stupid two-handed punch, like he's Piccolo or some shit.
Don't talk about Piccolo too soon, man.
If they put Lanky Kong in that, I might play that again.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So that was the Direct.
It was.
But Nintendo didn't stop there this week.
Yeah.
They announced Nintendo Labo.
Yeah.
Which is actually just insane.
I know. I'm excited for this. This is peak Nintendo insanity. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm of two minds about this for sure.
I'm kind of just like, okay, so we should explain what it is.
Yeah.
Tell us what it is. Either of you. John, you're excited. Why? What is it? Why are you excited?
I'm excited because this is basically just Nintendo's equivalent of Kinects.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it just because of that. This is clearly, I'm going to start this with, this is clearly marketed as kids because a lot of people have been upset about this, not realizing they're not the target market. Basically, God, how do I even describe it?
It's cardboard.
You buy a box that comes with the game and a lot of cardboard.
Okay, all right. It's Wii Tap. I got that box.
A lot of cardboard.
Yep.
It's basically like pre-built kits. Like you get a game that shows you how to build stuff out of cardboard. Cardboard comes with the game, and you build a bunch of things such as.
Wait, you saying free cardboard?
Free cardboard. I know, it's crazy.
Whoa.
It comes with piano. You can make your own piano, which actually plays with the Joy-Cons, like a fishing rod that actually has like pre-tensile strength. What the hell else was in it?
There's two sets. There's the variety kit, which is the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then there's the robot, and that's $70 American.
Yeah.
And then there's the robot kit, which is $80, which kind of just looks like you just make a big clunky backpack.
Yeah. The variety pack comes with a 13-key piano, a fishing pole, and a motorbike.
Yeah, there's also like a house or something. I'm trying to figure out what the hell that is. Look like a birdhouse.
That's a big building that you live in.
And a camera and some other stuff. There's like at least 6 things. I'm just ignoring what you said, Sean. There's
it's for the best.
Yeah, it comes with at least 6 things in the variety kit, and like the big robot suit gives you a backpack, parts for your arms, a visor, and I think they said something for your feet as well. I forget.
It looks like there is string going down to his feet, so and then you kind of look at the screen and you do something in the game, but you're doing some physical action with the cardboard. I'm kind of just curious, like kind of like start to finish, getting this package, how putting it together will be like how I'm kind of just curious, like physically what it's like. That's what I'm curious about. Like the tangibility of it.
Well, they, I think they're doing like a special event at some locations in like San Francisco and New York.
San Francisco is one of them. Yeah, I don't care that much to go to that.
Yeah,
I'll probably
that's fair.
Buy one. I'm not sure which one I'd get. So the robot backpack just looks really bad. That backpack is so big.
It's pretty.
It's cardboard though, so it can't be too heavy.
But it's also a kid wearing it, so it might not be that big.
That's true. But the variety pack just seems like you get more out of it. It's because there's a variety.
I do agree with that. I kind of like the big clunky thing. I would totally go the robot.
I think I was reading up some stuff, and I think they said it takes about 2 hours to build the piano. So God knows how long it takes to build like that robot suit, for example.
Is that because of the little parts associated, maybe?
Yeah.
No, it's because it's like a full-size piano.
Yeah. Of course.
I think my favorite, so there's like so many GIFs on Twitter. Like Twitter exploded with funny like I am Gundam box dude in relation, like just tons of jokes. My favorite one, I retweeted this one, and Paul, you'll remember it, is it shows the person playing as the robot, and then it cuts to what's in the game, and it's that stupid little robot from the beginning of Nier Playthrough 2 carrying the oil for his brother.
That's really good.
That was
good.
very, very good. Yeah.
Good joke. Good joke. I like it.
That was my favorite.
Yep.
Are you guys excited?
Yeah, I think this is great.
I think it'll be a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really cool.
I'm just worried the games aren't going to be very good.
Yeah, there's that.
Like, it sounds like maybe I should spend my $80 on like a cool Lego set.
Yeah, I mean, as an adult, yes.
So I feel like this is why I keep bringing up the Kinects comparison over Lego, because like Kinects you could actually do more with technically.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think that's what they were going for, like just kind of like a thing you set up and just play around with, hence the piano, hence the fishing rod.
But like not in the game. You're just saying like actually play with it.
I mean, either way, yeah.
I'm just worried these the depth of these games are going to be kind of like the 3DS Street Pass games. Like they're just kind of like smaller little things. Not quite a mini game, but just kind of like a shallow experience.
I mean, again, they're aiming for kids, so it wouldn't surprise me if they went with that way.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying
But
that's the one reason I might not pick it up. Like I kind of want to know, are these games any good, or is it going to be $80 for 2 hours worth of building cardboard, and then I don't play this game again? Like, is this going to be?
I really hope the robot one at least is good, because that's the only thing that's on that cartridge. So like, if that one ends up just being like kind of weak, then it's like, why did you even bother?
Yeah. But I just don't want it to be like, oh, the experience was the novelty. You weren't supposed to play it for 40 hours. Because you can't. Or, anyway. Super crazy, though. People seem like super into this. And definitely came out of left field.
Yeah,
I'm definitely seeing a lot of the sentiment of like, they didn't go 4K. They didn't care about pixels or VR. Nintendo's doing cardboard.
Yeah, like the
Good for them,
evolution of
man.
gaming thing. That was probably my favorite.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, here's some smaller stuff I got. There's a new The Room game coming out.
I didn't know about this. Okay.
Yeah. The Room, they're those puzzle box games. I guess they're puzzle room games now. This comes out January 25th. It's going to be $5 on your phone. But those games are all good, so
I love those
keep an eye out for
games.
that.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're great.
They're a good time. So this, I think, was the actual best Nintendo news. This game is coming out in Japan. It's called Baku Suri Bar Hunter, which translates to Burst of Laughter Fishing Bar Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me sell you on this game. First off, you put your 3DS into this holder that has an actual crank on the side, like a fishing pole.
What?
And you're thinking like, oh, we're going to go like, it's just a fishing game. No, it's an AR game where you scan barcodes.
I love
Oh my god!
I actually love
fucking
those types
It's
of
a
games.
barcode battler. Amazing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually
and then
love
the
them.
barcodes turn into some kind of fish monster.
Yep.
And then you fish for it.
Okay, that's great.
Now
Yeah.
now you're thinking like, wow, what if one side's that's a weird way to hold your 3DS. There's a big just hunk of plastic on the back of your 3DS, so you can hold it kind of like an ice cream cone while your other hand is cranking it.
Yep.
Who's excited for a burst of laughter fishing bar hunter?
I think this is great. I just like barcode games a lot because I grew up with like this crappy little barcode scanner thing that had little games on it, so I like this type of thing. The fishing thing, I'm whatever. I just like collecting, like seeing what pops. It's the same reason I like Monster Rancher. Just seeing what pops out from random things that.
CDs for Monster Rancher.
Yeah.
I think this peripheral looks so dumb.
The peripheral itself is hilarious.
Yeah, that's kind of the real draw to this article for me. This is the stupidest looking thing.
It
Also,
looks huge.
It's an original 3DS that fits into this thing. I don't know if you can fit
Oh
like
no.
the new 3DS.
Oh, I didn't even notice that part.
Yeah,
Totally-
all the images and the video is an original small 3DS.
Oh no.
It has to be customizable, right? I don't know. I actually don't even know.
Ooh, like $45. Yeah. Is
Anyway,
that
I don't
just
think
for
this is
that?
coming out in the West. It's just in Japan.
Yeah, probably not.
But like, man, imagine being on the bus and someone pulls that out of their pocket, starts cranking.
That'd be great. That'd be
starts
so
cranking
good.
their 3DS on the train.
But like, now here's the thing: they have to scan barcodes, so like they've got like a bunch of cereal boxes with them, or like other groceries with them. They're just pulling them out of the bag, scanning it, fishing,
Yeah.
and then putting it in and bringing out the next one.
Anyway,
Yeah.
if you want, there's a 3-minute long trailer for this thing you can watch.
I just watched it as we were talking, so...
Two kids are having the time of their life.
Yep. They have the life preservers on, just in case.
Speaking of Japan, for some reason, EA is putting out Burnout Paradise HD Remaster in Japan only on March 16th. What the fuck?
Yep. I was waiting for this.
Like,
Yep.
oh my god, are you kidding me? Only in Japan. I mean, like, it's most likely it's going to come elsewhere, but why Japan first? It's not even a Japanese company. I live in America.
man.
I want it first. I deserve it first.
I'm just gonna let you go on this. I was waiting to hear what you had to say about this, because when I read it, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be good.
I don't know. You guys excited for Burnout Paradise Remastered?
I mean, why
Sure.
not? I want a classic Burnout again, and this is as close as we're gonna get.
This is a game I will buy again, surprisingly.
I was gonna say, but I mean, it's already out on everything, so...
and I have a copy of it on everything. If I buy it, this will be the 4th time I have this game.
Game of the year, every year.
Yep, that's true. Last thing is that Detective Pikachu game's coming to America
Right.
on March 23rd. They're also releasing a giant amiibo of Detective Pikachu.
Oh, really? I didn't actually see this.
Bigger than the average amiibo.
Okay.
The voice. So there's a trailer for it out. The voice of Pikachu is like it's deep, which is good because that is silly. It's not Ryan Reynolds, and who's the guy we all wanted?
Danny DeVito.
It's not Danny DeVito.
Missed
But it is
opportunity.
like this Pikachu does sound grizzled, like he has seen some shit,
Okay, cool. That's all I
Yeah.
want.
which is definitely good. The gameplay, it looks like it's for kids. It doesn't look like it's going to be that deep a game. But that comes out in a couple months.
March
Let's hope it's
23rd,
good. This is a
apparently.
weird thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep,
Great.
that's the thing. Yeah. I recommend watching that trailer just to hear what the voice actor they chose for
I'll have
Pikachu.
to check it out after.
All right, let's go on to some questions. I'm gonna cough, so someone tell where you can get.
Yeah. You can do it at TDB Podcast on Twitter, topdownperspective@gmail.com, facebook.com/topdownperspective, and John's P.O. Box, where you can send trophies and the like. Note, please do not send more trophies.
Still don't know what to do with this thing here, by the way. It's still just here.
Put it beside
And
the bed.
And it always will still just be there. It will never move.
I'll read this first one from Calman.
Okay.
I was playing Serious Sam 2 recently, and over the course of the multiple hour sessions, I began to feel weaker and weaker. When I finally stopped, it dawned on me that I had a fever and had to take it easy the rest of the night. Several days on, and I'm reluctant to go back to the game because of the negativity surrounding my last session. That being said, here's my question. Have you ever developed a fever, headache, or other illness whilst playing a video game that dampened your willingness to play it after recovery? And if so, which game fell victim to this poor timing? I suspect Sean probably has an answer given how often he appears to get sick. You know, I didn't get sick often before I moved down here. I don't know what's going on. I used to never get sick. Now I'm always sick.
It's all that American air.
Yeah.
Any game that is first person with a very low field of view makes me sick after about half an hour, to the point where I want to throw up after an hour.
Okay.
So if I can't change that, I will just not play that game. I can't. It makes me sick to my stomach. That's really only a first person shooter type game. Third person games or whatever.
Have you done much VR stuff? Do you get sick in VR?
I haven't done VR stuff, no. Not
Okay.
like anything serious, and like I haven't played a game in VR.
I actually haven't had this happen with games before. It did remind me of when you get sick from some kind of food.
Yeah.
Even if it's not related, like it's not food poisoning, there's like a thing that happens in your brain where you just kind of associate being sick with that food,
Yep.
despite knowing it's irrational. I have that with this one waffle place in Calgary. I got the flu a couple years back after going there, and now even just thinking of like the smell of that place makes me feel like kind of queasy.
Which place?
It's
Or do
this
you not
waffle
remember?
place on 17th that opened up a few years ago. I don't remember the name of it. I only went there twice.
Okay, fair enough.
I know roughly what he's talking about, but I can't think of the name of it either.
Okay.
It's kind of small.
Like
Deadly
the Great
Creatures
Creperie or something like that.
On the Wii made me sick because you are like spiders and shit and climbing on the walls and the whole world turns with you and it's oh god.
Oh, I thought this was going to be like, 'cause I turned it on and then I remembered, wait, I hate spiders.
No.
Got rid of that game.
I actually don't hate spiders and snakes and any of that stuff, but like moving so erratically. Actually, in that regard, there's some vehicles in EDF that make me kind of sick for the same reason. Like the tunnel crawler thing does the same thing. Yeah.
That makes me think of that one Aliens game where I just remember people saying when you play as the alien, like you get just kind of lost staring at the wall when you're like climbing around the walls because you can't tell which way's up.
Right.
Everyone's sick from a game, John?
No, not really. I've had situations where like I played the game for too long, and then when I stopped playing the game, I got sick.
Okay, like the game was keeping you alive.
Like I just forgotten to like eat and stuff like that.
Oh.
my body just like turned back on. It was just like, oh, you've fucked up. Lie down on the ground now.
Oh, because I was gonna say stuff like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. After playing for too long, the walls start like moving when you're like done playing, and it doesn't make me sick, but it makes me realize like I should not play for a little bit and get reacquainted to like get my equilibrium back a little bit.
Yeah, wasn't that a big thing when like Tetris came out? People
Yeah,
were,
that happened with Tetris.
yeah.
Yep. What about you, Sean? Sickness?
It's never happened for a game for me. No.
Okay. Next question. Professor Mitchell wrote in and said, video game soundtracks can be amazing, but sometimes they get repetitive or just aren't that good to begin with. In cases like these, I'd like to turn the music volume all the way down and put on some other music that fits a game, or that I just enjoy in general. So my question for DDP is there a specific game or games that you do the same with, turning off the game music and putting on something else?
Yeah, I call them podcast games.
Yep. Yep.
Only in games I have to grind in, like maybe if I'm grinding in an RPG, or if I'm trying to like earn extra coins in Bomberman or something like that.
I'll be honest with you, if a game's soundtrack doesn't strike me as particularly great right from the get-go, I won't listen to it, and I'll just listen to my own stuff, because life's too short for mediocrity.
Ah, crud, this exact thing happened like a week or two ago on stream, and I can't for the life of me remember what game it was. But we replaced the entire soundtrack with just the Fibbage 1 lobby music instead.
Nice. All right.
And I do not remember what game it was.
I usually like to listen to talk radio and podcasts, though, over soundtracks that aren't amazing. Rather,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever replaced it with other music. It's been podcasts, but I did that with Destiny 2 recently when I was grinding for some levels at the end.
Yeah.
I've even done that with rhythm games, both like Rock Band, Guitar Hero, DJ Hero. I have turned the music off because I was like, I just need to get the achievement for 5-starring all the songs on Medium. I've heard these songs quite often. I'm just going to mute this and listen to a podcast while I get 5 stars on these 50 songs.
That's weird. That's super weird to me.
I've definitely done that repeatedly before.
Yeah, apparently I did this exact same thing on stream like 2 weeks ago with Wall Street Kid. It's a stock market game for the NES.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never played it. Never wanted to be honest.
You got to be really into that stock market.
I'm not.
All right. Next one comes from Custom SC. Has a new YouTube monetization changes affected the TDP YouTube channel in any capacity?
I answered this in the actual thing, Discord. Not yet.
What are the new changes? The only one I saw. I
It
don't know if
won't.
this- Yeah, so the one I saw was like you can't put ads on it if you're under 1,000 subscribers.
And
Is there more
less
to that?
than 400 hours watched or something.
4,000
sorry.
hours watched per year and less than 1,000 subs.
See, the 4,000 hours is the only thing that I'm thinking.
Oh, you need both?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need both.
Oh, okay.
So if
I
we
feel like
haven't
with a-
gotten an email yet, so we're fine for now.
Well, like we put up a podcast weekly that's like an hour and a half. If even with 100 people watching it, that's just 40 podcast episodes. So
That's
I
true.
can see us hitting that easily.
That's the
Yeah.
one that I was a little more worried about, though. Like that's the one we're gonna skate by a little bit close.
I think
Yeah.
I think we'll hit it. So it hasn't affected anything. In fact, more people watched that Game of the Year episode than on average, so we got more ad money.
I mean, it makes sense. So
2 whole cents instead of 1.
fuck yeah.
Eduardo writes, would you rather play a good game in a genre you don't like or a bad game in a genre you do like?
This question's hilarious. I really like it because I would always rather play a good game ever.
That's what I'm saying. It's like even if it's a genre I don't like, if it's a good game, there's probably something I'm gonna like about it. So
Right.
I'll pick the good game in a genre I don't like.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Although that probably means I'm gonna play like a good football game, which still kind of just sounds bad to me.
This question is literally: do you prefer being surprised or disappointed?
Yeah,
Which is why
you're
it's so
right.
good.
Yeah,
which
that's
is why
basically
it's a
it.
good question.
Yeah.
Luke wrote in and said Mew is hiding under a truck. Sorry, that's really funny.
That's
to
the
me.
end of that's the end of the email.
Mew
Good
is hiding
question.
under
Thanks a
a
lot, Luke.
truck. Sonic and Tails are playable in Super Smash Bros. Melee. There's a naked mode for Tomb Raider, and Luigi is in Mario 64. There used to be a lot of rumors about secrets in video games back in the day of varying validity. Have any of you actually tried to succeed the requirements, only to be left with no prize? And I'm trying to remember what it was in Mortal Kombat 1, but yes, and I was so fucking angry. I can't remember.
Probably
what it was.
probably unlocking Reptile.
Yep, that's it. You're right. I can't even remember what you had to do. It was something like the pit fatality a bunch of
you had to
times in a
get-
row.
You had to get a bunch of perfects, or you had get a bunch of flawless victories, and you also had to do the pit fatality.
And then
Yeah.
and it wasn't real. Like you don't get him.
No, you fight him. You
Yeah.
actually can fight him for like 10 million points or something like that, and that's it.
But that's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I definitely did the Mew under the truck.
Me too.
I
Mew under
probably
the
did
truck.
most Pokemon ones, just because I played a lot of Pokemon. I had a lot of free time as a kid, and I was playing Pokemon, so I probably did most Pokemon ones.
I remember trying to do stop and swap. Everyone trying to figure out stop and swap for Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Stop and swap. The original idea between stop and swap was you would play Banjo-Kazooie, and there would be something you can unlock in Tooie, or it might have been vice versa. You would play Banjo-Tooie, you would swap the cartridges, and then that would unlock stuff in Banjo-Kazooie. Like there was like a giant cave you could go in to get a key. There were a bunch of like hidden eggs that were locked behind stuff.
Okay.
Like all this stuff, and they had to cop out around it because they ended up there was a change in the internal N64 build that disabled what they wanted to do.
Sure.
So they ended up just like copping out and be like, "Oh, you found a random Banjo-Kazooie cart just jumping around in an area. Now you can get the item. Oh, you did it. You unlock stuff. Hooray!" And I think the 360 one, they kind of fixed it and made it a little bit more doable, but still, it was not quite what they wanted.
Oh, I think another one I had heard was in Pokemon, if you made your name Misty, then Misty's name would be Bubbles. That wasn't real either. Or actually, no. You know what I did? So I made it Misty, but I was like, oh, well, I got more characters. I'll make it Misty with an exclamation point. And then her name was still Misty, and I was like, I wonder if it's because I put that exclamation point.
That reminds me, like I loved all like those little fake game things they would put up in like, I think, was it Electronic Gaming Monthly? Like that's where the unlocking Ryu's Master in Street Fighter came from.
I was about to say that because
yeah.
I was always frustrated though because I couldn't do what you had to do because it was real hard. So I never tried.
Like it was apparently someone pulled it off, but like it's insanely difficult. Like I think it was like double perfect everything or something crazy like that.
I can look it up quickly, but it's something like that.
That's also where the Sonic and Tails in Melee came from. But like my favorite was when they would make fake game announcements on their April issues, and my favorite one to this day is Lord of the Rings kart racing.
That's
all right.
Good. Yeah,
I'm still kind of sad that didn't actually end up being a thing.
That'd be pretty good.
I remember they doctored a photograph of the Resident Evil hallway with Akuma just like blasting through it, and I was so excited, and that was obviously a fake. So mad.
Right.
Did you find it?
I'm actually still looking because a lot of people just posted a bunch of.
He had a I'll
shit.
read this bonus question from Luke. And we kind of already answered it. But do any of you miss the times where such secrets could exist in games, either as rumors or legitimate surprises, now that everything gets leaked or data mined? And I think there's a fun part to it.
Yes and no. I say give us like a month with the game without just spoiling everything, and then fucking go hog wild.
Well, it's not like the developers are spoiling it.
No, but I mean like data miners like will ruin a game like right before it's even out or like the day it comes out.
Yeah,
like
that was a problem with Isaac.
Isaac, Doki Doki, Undertale, like give us at least like a little bit of time. Like you can find stuff in private, that's fine. But like don't just go being like, "Hey, here's exactly how this crazy mechanic that seems like it's completely random goes." Like give us a little bit of mystery for a little bit.
Right. I think it's just a problem with like, stop spoiling games for people that don't want to be spoiled.
Also that.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you want to talk about that stuff, like, there's message boards where people can search for that. But I mean, unless someone's asking for it, you shouldn't be spoiling it. But I even touched on this earlier. It's kind of nice when there's like a secret out there and people are trying to figure stuff out and it lasts a while. So I think, it's fun.
I mean, the way a dev does it now is by purposely making the coding weird so that them data mining is part of the ARG, and they're showing them that stuff specifically to lead them on the trail. So it just kind of changed the way they have to do it. I kind of miss the days of just like talking with people and like exchanging video game stories on the playground essentially, and then going home and trying it without just like Googling and saying, "Oh yeah, no, you're lying." Like that's kind of lame.
Sure.
I miss those days a little bit. Okay, the method is as follows. You have to play Ryu. You cannot take a single hit until M. Bison stage. Then
that's crazy.
You must not hit M. Bison or allow him to land a hit for 10 rounds straight. Afterwards, Shenlong...
That's insane.
Afterwards, Shenlong will appear to throw Bison off the stage and face Ryu. When facing him, the timer will freeze at 9-9, leaving a full fight to the death.
Nice.
That is insane. Who the fuck would do that?
Apparently,
I've heard people have tried it. I heard people have done it, and that's fucking dedication. But like, god damn, how?
Yeah, it's so.
All right, John, you got this last question.
Yep. So the last one comes up from James. Recently, I had a chance to play a bit of Mario Odyssey on my brother's Switch. I just played through a bit of New Donk City and collected some more moons that he hadn't gotten. He had enough to move on to the next world, but he had not completed the New Donk story. I finished off the sewer piranha plant.
Wait, before you continue, I'll say like slight spoilers for some New Donk City stuff if you don't want that spoiled.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished off the sewer piranha plant and turned the electricity back on. I was then immediately invited to a party, which I assumed was the parade you guys mentioned earlier. I thought I was doomed. As you guys said, this was a highlight of the game and thought I had to go through it, depriving my brother who actually owns the game. Thankfully, I had a choice and I backed off, thinking I can do it later once my brother does it. This brings me to a few questions. One,
Okay.
even though he can access it again, did I do the right thing by stopping at the initial time? Two, when playing on someone else's save, what line do/should you not cross? And three, I might have gone along with this had it not been for you guys saying that this was a thing. For this reason and others like it, do you think light spoilers like that one are helpful? Well, I'm going to tell you first and foremost, you probably should have just fucking copied his save so you could also play it on your own. Mario Odyssey has 5 save files.
Does
Most
it?
people, yeah.
Okay.
Most people don't realize this.
You can also just make a separate account, right?
Yeah.
Also that. Yeah, there are multiple ways you could have just had your own save.
Yeah.
I will say, answering that first question, I think he did do the right thing.
Yeah. I
Yes,
agree.
100%. 100%.
If it's your brother's game, he should get to initiate it, you see it like fresh on him. So
For
good
sure.
on you, which I'm actually surprised that you stopped. I feel like most siblings would have just been like, whatever, I'm doing this. Here we go.
Yeah. No, it's good.
So
For
I think,
number
yeah,
2, you should just. I feel you should never play somebody else's save. That's just a line you don't cross.
100%. Don't make any unless they give you explicit permission.
There's
and if
one
they do,
way this is different. If I'm over at John's house, John is playing a game, he loaded up the save and he's playing, and then he hands me the controller. That's different.
yeah.
I don't
That's
go to
different
his house
because-
and load
well-
up a save.
Well, that's the thing. That's also different because like I'm probably watching if you're doing that.
Sure.
So that I still get the experience no matter what. I'm just not holding the controller.
Yeah, see that's what I'm always worried about. Is even if I let someone play my save, if they experience something like like this celebration and that I just kind of missed out on, that would really suck.
Yeah.
Especially if I can't get back to it or whatever, or like something crazy happened.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. You should just play on your own save, or at the very least, like I was gonna say, at the very least, maybe play levels he's already completed. But this is a weird scenario because you can just stumble upon stuff in Mario Odyssey.
But it sounds like he did a lot of stumbling. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a case of stumbling,
he
'cause
like
went out of his way
unlocked
to do
stuff. Like
Yeah.
me personally, I would not have appreciated him finding some of those power moons. I want to do it all myself. I mean, they're obviously fine sharing that kind of stuff, but I'm just saying. Like if it was like a level based Mario game, like a 2D one, just play the older levels or something.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. I've already ran through them. You're not going to find much new stuff in there.
Yeah,
what
it definitely would have been a bigger problem if, like what Miles says in the chat, what if it was like a single save game like Zelda or Pokemon?
Sure. The thing is that it wasn't in the Switch. You can make different profiles and play the same games that are on that Switch with different saves. So there's no excuse, to be honest.
But in the hypothetical scenario, what if it was a game where you can't have more than one save?
Right.
Is there a way
for
that
sure.
is there a way that this brother can play his brother's file, or is it just no?
No. It's a
Backtrack,
no.
backtrack or no?
Yep.
Backtrack or no?
You play what's already been played up to that point.
Unless they explicitly gave you permission, don't do it.
Obviously, if they're fine with it, then
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
And last question. Oh, so do we think mild spoilers might be helpful?
I mean, as somebody who doesn't care about any spoilers, it doesn't matter to me.
I definitely care about spoilers.
I'm
I
very
care
aware.
depending on the item. It depends on the products, basically. At that
John,
point.
you're in a different position because people can maliciously just fuck with you, and you
which
have a lot
they
of
have
people
done.
do.
That
Yeah.
Odyssey in particular had a lot of moments like that for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I think mild spoilers can be fine, especially if it's something like I can miss. Like I'd appreciate if someone was like, "Hey, when you come across this area, maybe you should like check under that bridge." You know what I mean? Something like that. Which at
Yeah.
that point, you're not spoiling what the experience is. You're like ensuring I get to see it. I'm fine with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if it's something missable and like you can get told to do it, then yeah, I'm for that. Like if it's still vague. But if someone says, "Yo, go like do this," it'll be great.
Well, that's
Or, like,
backseating at that point.
Yeah. Like that's the fine balance basically of that, or
Yeah.
being like if it's something that you can't miss and people just spoiling it.
Yeah, and it's also hard with like this specific scenario because we're not going to just sit there and be like, and make sure in levels 1, 3, 7, and 9 you don't play more than 20 minutes because
Yeah.
something like that. At some point, it's going to be hard to like. The different levels of what a spoiler is going to be too hard to police at that point. So, when I'm telling people that you just got to be like as vague as possible, like like my my bridge example.
I think there's a line you have to cross or like walk though, because there's some games I wouldn't have played unless I knew this cool thing was a thing that happens in it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because like Sean, if you didn't know that Nier had 5 endings, do you think you would have seen all of them?
No, they're guaranteed. I would not have. And even if I had heard like, oh, it gets better, and I started the second one, knowing now that like 3/4 of that is the same thing, there is no way I would have pushed through.
There's a line, I think.
At that point, I'm glad people are saying like, it's worth it. There's going to be more stuff. It gets really good. Like I think those are fine. Because again, they're not spoiling the experience. They're ensuring that I do get to see it. So there's a difference there.
Sure. Also, just as a side note, I think I'm 3D Homer has a just heartbreaking story about when he fucked up a friend's Final Fantasy VII save, and that every time he said it a few times to me, and every time I've just been like, "You fucked up, bro."
Like, I can think of like 2 or 3 moments that might have done it, and
maybe he'll say it in the chat. Basically, I think he erased somebody's save like at the end or something.
Whoa! Oh, that's the worst.
When they were kids, obviously, because when that game came out, it was a long time ago. But every time I've heard it,
do you not have multiple saves as you're playing through a game?
Well, that might depend on like the memory card or stuff like that. Like, and it also depends too. Like, I remember when I used to rent like RPGs. Like, I'd rent them for the weekend, and then I'd try to get them back like a next weekend or 2 later, and then like my save would be gone because someone was like, "Oh, this one's the farthest. I guess they'll delete it." Or I want to save in slot 1.
When you don't have a memory card.
Yeah.
I definitely, because on my games, like whenever I have the option of multiple saves, I go back and forth. Like I'll save on file 1, then I'll save on file 2, then I'll save on file 1, just in case one gets corrupted or whatever. Because I've definitely had that with RPGs before. Lost a save. I always have like that backup one that's usually at most 30 minutes behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Homer says it. Yeah. It was my alternate file on his system, but my friend was playing it, and he accidentally saved over his own save because of muscle memory.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what it was. That's rough. Especially in that game where, depending where you are in that game, you probably grinded a lot of bullshit you don't want to do again.
Sure. Okay, that's it for questions. If people want to send in questions next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Facebook group, the Discord channel, John's P.O. Box. What is your games of the week?
Fighters.
Blaster Master 0.
I'm going to give it to Ace Attorney 6.
Nice.
All right, that does it. Look for the next poll for our February game around the 24th of this month. So it'll probably be a day or so before we do our next podcast. But that'll be coming out for patrons. Do you guys want to say what your games are? Do you want to wait for the poll to go up?
I mean, I'm rolling mine forward, so I don't care.
Okay.
I'm rolling mine forward, too.
All right, so it's going to be Hollow Knight again from John. Paul, Contradiction. I think I'm going to do Celeste on the Switch.
That's a good one, yeah.
Just because it's 2 birds with 1 stone. So
it's also good because none of us will have played it because it comes out the day before that poll.
The day after the poll. It comes out on the 25th.
Is it the 25th? I thought it was the 24th. Wow, okay.
25th, yeah. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, look for that. And we'll be starting those games in February. Anyways, we'll be back next week. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Bye.